What up? Back in the shop, and today we're talking curved table legs. Today I'm going to show you how to go from something like this to something more along the lines of this with very minimal work and very minimal amount of waste. Let's do it. I didn't show it, but I started by making a template to ensure that both sides were exactly the same. Then take your template and trace it on two sides that make a 90-degree angle. It's very important that the two sides touch. Then using a jigsaw or bandsaw or whatever you have that's going to work, cut out one of the sides. Next, you want to tape the two pieces back together so that it looks like you never cut it. You also want to try not to cover up your other trace line so that you can see where you're cutting next. After you get it all taped back together, you just want to repeat that process on the sides you haven't cut yet. After you have all four pieces cut, you want to take each individual piece and turn it 180 degrees so that the outside corners become the inside corners. Next, you want to make two sides by gluing two of the pieces together. I have found it's easier to glue the two together than it is the four. Because I only have 5 clamps, I did have to do some kind of redneck clamping here at the end. After those fully set up, you're going to want to take those two sides and glue those together as well. I do recommend that you clean these two up with a sander or chisel to ensure a good glue. After that, my piece was a little messy, so I had to clean it up with the angle grinder. I think that was because the original piece I started with was not as close to 90-degree angles as I would have liked. Here's the leg after a little bit of power carving with the carbide cup. Not perfect, but has definitely made improvements from the leg on the right, which is what this leg looked like before the carving. Finally, I did some sanding with a 40 grit and an 80 grit wheel to help clean everything up. Here's what the leg looked like after the carbide cup. Definitely not as flat as we are wanting it. And here's what the leg looks like after those sanding wheels. You can pick up these wheels at dang near any hardware store. Here's the carbide wheel. This one here is the 40 grit sandpaper wheel. And the last one was 80 grit. And that's it. I think it's really cool how this works out. Going forward, I definitely need to still do some work on this, just some more sanding and then quite a bit of hand sanding just to make sure everything looks good, but I'm pretty sure you guys get the gist.